So guys, today concept is entrepreneurship and IPR patents. So many of the people who are in studying the bachelors, like BTech students or MTech students or MCA students, and some of the people from diploma students, there also some intention become like an entrepreneur. But some of the people, they don't know how to get an entrepreneur as well, and they don't know how to become an entrepreneur. For all these queries, this webinar is helpful to you people. Not only for the students who become entrepreneurs, it's helpful to all the faculty members also, because they want write some documents, as well as how do they file patents, how to get the copyrights. So all these we will discuss in this webinar. So our concept is entrepreneurship as well as IPR and patents. So just go through. First, we have to take a look on what do you mean by entrepreneur. Before going to the entrepreneurship, first we need to know the entrepreneur. Before going to the, we need to discuss these all content for this today webinar. So who call a entrepreneur, and what is an entrepreneurship, and how many types of entrepreneurs as well as the entrepreneurships, and who is entrepreneur, and what are the roles of entrepreneur as well as the entrepreneur, and IPR, and how to apply the patents. These are all things we will discuss in this webinar. So just go through what is entrepreneur and whom to call. We can call it as an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is nothing but he is also a person. He will found or establish a company or an organization. That person is known as an entrepreneur. Guys, let me repeat once. And who call entrepreneur? The entrepreneur is a person who found or established an organization or a company. So that guy is known as an entrepreneur. And he is also some qualities to take a look. So what are the qualities they have? The entrepreneur is defined as someone who is able to establish, administrate, and succeed. So guys, the entrepreneur have a 3 levels once he became an entrepreneur. The first level is the establishment. For example, I want to start a startup company, right? So in startup company, first, how I start a startup company? Before I start a startup company, I have some idea. So this I want to start a startup company. For example, if you consider like our startup company, so many of the people are facing to learn something new technologies of computer science and engineering field. For the sake of that, I started a startup company in a service manner. So that is the problem statement I have taken. So based on the problem statement, I establish a company. When you establish a startup, it gets only 20% itself. But remaining 80% is completely depends on the administration, how it will be. The administration plays very, very, very high level key role in organization, in any organization, not in a software company, including colleges or software companies or anywhere. The administration plays 80% of key role. Automatically, we are not success. If the administration is correct, obviously the startup will be growing in a successful manner. So guys, so the main 3 qualities of an entrepreneur, if we have, so first one is establishment. How to establish? First, we have something idea, nothing but we can call it as, in terms of APR, we can call it as innovation. We have innovation, nothing but innovative thing. When we have an innovation or idea, we have to establish. Once it's established, 80% is get completed. But rest 80% is complete depends on the administration, how it is going to be. Right? So if the administration is very good and well mannered, obviously it gets succeed. If we have not proper manner, obviously it gets collapse. The success and collapse will say in terms of in business as a profit and loss actually. So we'll take a look. In a startup venture, also risk title to it make profits. So not only that, the entrepreneur should accept all the risks, because we are not sure to say when you start a startup company, it is going a smooth way. Obviously, we got an obstacles we have to face. right? The best example of entrepreneurship is starting a new business venture. So guys, here the venture means nothing but it's an area. For example, I want to start a startup company. So which is, I want to construct a building. That is called venture. Nothing but we can say in terms of technology, we can call it as borders or walls. That is called ventures. And the entrepreneurs have another key characteristic, that is, he knows the new ideas or inventors or bringing new ideas in market by replacing the old with a new invention. Nothing but, for example, simply we can say, for example, in olden days we have a smart mobile phone. What is the first smart mobile phone? I think it's a Samsung, right? For example, I think it is a Samsung. Still now, so for example, that Samsung mobile is released in the year of 2010, for example, just to estimate. Today we are in 2023. Still Samsung mobile is still, it's going on from 2010 to 2023. Obviously no. Why? Because it's completely getting updation. That updation is nothing but new innovation in an entrepreneur. So that a person who has become an entrepreneur, this quality must be, because updation is very important. Because today is, we have something like, for example, even in Samsung owner also, if he think that is Samsung, this mobile itself, I want to, this only the piece I want to run entire years, that is not possible. That's why we are getting versions by versions. So updation is very important. That is nothing but in terms of entrepreneurship, we can call it as a replacing the new innovations with old ideas. So guys, I think you get a clarity what do you mean by an entrepreneur, right? So next we move on to how many types of entrepreneurs are there. So we get a clarity regarding what is who is an entrepreneur, right? So in entrepreneur also there are some types. First one is builder, opportunities. Next one is inventor. Next one is a specialist. So first we take a look at builder. Builder means nothing but we can say in terms of founder. Nothing but the person who start a startup company or an organization. He call it as a builder, as well as he has some quality. What is that quality is? The size of the company that should be there. The size of the company. For example, I want to my startup company. How many people are required? Nothing but in terms of employees. How many employees we have? So that way we will take a look. So that should be get it by the builder, right? So next one is opportunistic. So the opportunistic, he is also a person. What he will do is, for example, there is one company, right? Or for example, if you consider CSCODENZ. So in terms of, people, we can call it as a HR. What the role of HR? HR will do recruiting the students to the companies or employees to the companies, right? So criteria he will consider based on the performance and the skills, obviously, right? So here the opportunistic entrepreneur also plays the same role, but the HR plays only the company level as well as department level, but this opportunity entrepreneur plays overall the startup level, or nothing but we can say it is in organization level, right? And next entrepreneur is inventor. So guys, many of the people, they don't know inventor also we can call it as an entrepreneur, because they invest some money. For example, I want to start a startup company and we need some amount, obviously, but my startup company, I didn't invest any 1 rupee. So I started startup company with zero money. But some of the companies are there like software company, obviously we need some investment. So that investors, the person who invests money, we can call this investor, as well as innovator also. Innovator means, already we discussed here, the entrepreneur has a very rare characteristic, that is replacing the old with new innovation. For the sake of that, these entrepreneurs also will help us. both innovation as well as investment. Both they will. So next one is specialist. So specialist also an entrepreneur. So he will do the specialist also an entrepreneur. He will do like he's not belongs to particular reason. He completely cover all the reasons in a particular company. For example, in a company we have different departments like HR department, finance department. For example, if in software company there is a coding department, testing department, acceptance department, like this. The specialist makes it take authority all these departments in an organization. That person is called a specialist entrepreneur, right? So these type of entrepreneurs we have. So I think from these I belongs to builder as well as innovator. So guys, next we take a look on what we mean entrepreneurship. So still we know what is entrepreneur and whom as types of the entrepreneurs. Come to what is entrepreneurship. Guys, there is a small slight difference between entrepreneur as well as entrepreneurship. The difference is entrepreneur is only the one person who started the organization or who found the organization. But come to the entrepreneurship, it is a group of employees, nothing but, for example, if we consider a company A, so the founder is A. For example, we can consider the company is A and the founder is some X. Okay. So some X is called as an entrepreneur. But in the particular company A, we have XYZ are the employees. These three employees, including the founder, we can call it as entrepreneurship. Nothing but group of employees is known as entrepreneurship. Indirectly, we can say the organization is an entrepreneurship, but the entrepreneur is only given to only the single person, right? So the entrepreneurship is an ability and readiness to develop, organize or business enterprise along with any uncertainty in order to make a profit. The most prominent example of entrepreneurship is starting a new business. So guys, please underline the last point. The most prominent example of entrepreneurship is starting a new business. Last point, new business. So that's what I am saying. Innovators, nothing but if you want to start up a company which is not be there, then only you can get success in your company. So for example, we have different mobiles like Samsung, iPhone, like ways, right? So I want to release a new mobile as a CS mobiles, for example. Automatically, it's become a business. When it will get business, we need some quality of a product. Then only we get it, obviously, right? So here, the entrepreneurship has main quality, that is to start a new business, nothing but new innovation, which is not be done till now. Nothing but we have to create new ones, right? That is the most of the skill the entrepreneurship have. Entrepreneurship means indirectly we can say the organization. Organization means group of employees, right? This is called entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship means group of employees. That is nothing but organization, right? So next one, we have different types of entrepreneurships, nothing but organizations. So basically 4 categories we have. One is small business entrepreneurship, scalable startup entrepreneurship, large company entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship. I want to differentiate these all things, guys. So first one is a small business entrepreneurship. Guys, one thing you remember, so whenever you are starting the entrepreneurship, the goal is to earning money and make that as a business. The generation of revenue, for the purpose only we're constructing the entrepreneurships, right? So in that perspective, we have 4 categories: business entrepreneurship, startup entrepreneurship, company entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship. For example, if you consider the first one, small business entrepreneurship. So guys, small business entrepreneurship means, for example, we can say in simple way, kirana shops. Kirana shops. In the small business itself, small business means that is a rotation investment. We can call it as a rotation investment. Nothing but, for example, they invest 50 rupees and they buy a product for 50 rupees. And he sell that product 50 rupees product to 60 rupees. And he got 50 plus 10, nothing but 60 rupees as a profit. Again, what he do? Next day, he take what he do? He that 10 rupees as a profit, that 50 rupees, again he buy a product. So nothing but for 50 rupees, he got 10 rupees as a profit. So small business entrepreneurships, nothing but kirana shops. In simple way, we can say. And come to startup companies. Guys, there is one criteria for the startup companies. When you're starting from 1 year to 15 years, you can call it as a startup itself. Based on some criteria, they will assign some new, they will assign some tag to you. They means in a government will assign some tag to you, like it is a startup or company or company, startup company or company. So the startup company, the time period is 15 years maximum. And there is possibility if the revenue generation is very good and everything is fine and everything goes in a very well manner, obviously, there is, within 15 years also, we can get the tag called it is a company also, nothing but large scale company. So come to startup company, there is a best example or my company only, because my company is 3 years, right? So next one is large company entrepreneurships. So large company entrepreneurship means this age is greater than 15 years, 100% we can say. So the company age which is greater than 15 years, obviously they can call it as companies, not startup companies, right? So companies. And guys, one thing you remember, so for the entrepreneurship, the first quality we have that innovation as well as investment. So we keep aside investment, but just focus on innovation. Obviously, if the product, like your thought or innovation is excellent, and if it is work out, obviously, within 5 years, your startup gets to be complete. Because recently one company is getting like that only. Like, I think I forgot that company name. Actually, recently I got the notice. So within 5 years, they start a startup company. Within 5 years, they got to company, from startup to company. So they completely do on domain on civil mechanical department background, I think so. Not a CSC field. CS civil and mechanical department, they invent some mission, I think so. So large companies, for example, we can say TCS, Infosys, these are large company entrepreneurships. And next one is social entrepreneurship. I think you people are very well know. Social entrepreneurship means nothing but Amazon, Flipkart, My Store. So these are all falls under social entrepreneurship, because social means nothing but they are doing service in the way of business indirectly, right? So these are all the some types of the entrepreneurships. So, still now we'll take a look only the what is whom we call entrepreneur and what are the types of entrepreneurs as well as the entrepreneurship and types of entrepreneurship. Then many of the people, they don't know there is one entrepreneur also is there. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is completely different from entrepreneur. Intra. Intra means entire. Intra means inside. There is a small difference. So intra means entire. Intra means inside. For example, we can say, in simple way, we can call it as a founder as an entrepreneur because he started the company. But all the employees in that company, for example, if we consider a CEO, deputy CEO, COO, CGO, CTO, CLO, these are all called as entrepreneurs. These are all called entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are employees in a particular organization. Entrepreneur is only one person in a particular company. So I think you may raise one doubt. So what it is, sir? Is it only one person should be as an entrepreneur? No, we have more than one, maximum three, right? So they call it as a co-founders. If two persons are ready to start a single startup company, they will be in a same level. Then we can call it as both as co-founders. And it is somewhat difficult to give the designation as a CEO. That is not possible to give CEO position to both the people, but it is possible to give co-founders to both the people. That is called entrepreneur. But the CEO means Chief Executive Officer, Deputy Chief Executive Officer. COO means Chief Operating Officer. CGO means Chief Growth Officer. CTO, Chief Technical Officer. CLO, Chief Legal Officer. So these are all we can call it as entrepreneur. So these are some of the roles between entrepreneur as well as the entrepreneur. So come to entrepreneur. The entrepreneur should be independent, obviously, because he start a startup company. It's completely independent, right? And starts new venture. New venture means nothing but already we discussed. There is a borders. So how it will be, how it's look like that. Unleash direct involvement. So guys, for example, I start a startup company. I have complete rights, right? So directly I can do what I need and what I want. So that is possible with entrepreneur only. But it is an independent in what? It is independent in involves new ideas to develop organization. Not take the main what do you call decisions. So entrepreneurs have only they have chance to accomplish a new ideas to develop the organization. Independently, they can take their own decision. Only in particular area or particular development of an organization. But they have no chance to, or they have no right to take the rights of the organization. Complete organization, it's not rights will be taken by entrepreneurs. It's completely taken by entrepreneur only, because there is no direct involvement for entrepreneurs, because they also an employee, right? So come to entrepreneurs, he's a take own risk. For example, I start a startup company. If I get more revenue, yes, I will be happy, as well as my employees also happy. If I get less revenue, I will take that risk. But those people not take, because if I didn't give salary, obviously they will go out. So obviously, I will do something to them, right? So that's why here I'm mentioning own moderate risk. Moderate risk means, for example, if we consider one person, his salary is 50,000. But for the prospective year, I give only 30,000. Maybe he has a moderate risk. But come to me, because I didn't get any revenue generation for my company. Own risk will be taken then, right? So for the entrepreneur, this is the beauty of entrepreneur. That is, for example, we have very good revenue, we are in right position. If we not have, obviously, all the people get down, right? So an entrepreneur has very innovative rather than entrepreneur also. Because organizing, already we discussed, administration is very, very, very important thing. So in the administration, we use the technology also. For the sake of that, the entrepreneur have a very innovative as well as, and he's also, entrepreneur is also innovative. Then come to entrepreneur, very much involves in decision making. Already we discussed. So decision makings will be taken by the entrepreneur only, not by entrepreneur. So for example, we can say, for example, I start a startup company, the founders, all the founders and co-founders falls under entrepreneurs. Then come to entrepreneurs, CEOs, COOs, deputy CEOs, these are falls under entrepreneurs. I think we get the difference between what you mean by entrepreneur as well as the entrepreneur, right? So these are some of the qualities for the entire organization. Indirectly, we can say entrepreneurship. So ability to take the risk. So if we get something problem, all the people will be, as well as if we get success, we are people happy. If we get problem, we will be support to each other in organization, as well as that particular company will be grow in a very well manner. Already we discussed that is innovation, as well as investment. Innovation, investment, both should be there. Investment is not carries more for particular organizations. For specific organization, the investment plays very key role, but some of the organizations it's not being. But innovation is plays 100% key role in each and every startup companies, right? And next one is visionary and leadership quality. So these are the qualities first we have for the entrepreneur. And next one is open-minded. Open-minded means, for example, in my organization, someone they do mistake. So I am a founder position or CEO position. I should scold them because that is not a right way. We should go in a right way. Even he is my friend. Even he is my sister. Even he is my brother. Right? So if I think he is my brother, but he do mistake, I will say okay, because I didn't say anything to him. Obviously, the revenue and reputation of company get down. So in organization, I think one guy is there, I think poet. So we have many relations with peoples that will be only the border of your home. It's not in organization. He is my own brother. He is my own brother. So if we have open-minded, then only these all things get matter. And it should be flexible. Flexible means all, not only a single person. Right? And next, know your product. So the product, for example, we are tie-upping with Corridor Softwares, which is in USA. So currently we're working on one project that is called sign detection project. So in the sign detection, what we are doing is it's nothing but a small device. Like a small device means nothing but it's a one mobile phone app, we can say. So the app will help to the people who are blind, deaf and dumb. Because we people are communicating very well way, but there are some intention. They also communicate like us, but they can't because they're different. Right? So for the sake of that, we are doing that product. Obviously, it gets 80%, 85% gets completed. So the entrepreneurship have also nothing but entrepreneurship. It's nothing but an organization. The organization have what is the product we are getting out. That is also important. Right? So these are all the things the entrepreneurship, nothing but organization have, must and have. Nothing but my employees. I got an organization, entrepreneurship, fine. Okay, still now everything is. So now, how can you say that particular organization is mine? How can you say? For the sake of that, we need to get some authorities and rights from the here we getting the authorities in two ways actually. One the way is from governments of AP. If you are belongs to Andhra Pradesh, if you belongs to Tamil Nadu, TN, Telangana, TS, likewise. And next one is we get the authentication from government of India also. That is called central government of India. Right? So for the startup companies, we can say we get authority from super companies. already we discussed here. So here we have small business entrepreneurship, startup companies as well as social entrepreneurship, right? So if you want to start a startup company, we can get authority from company also. That is one way. Nothing but it is in a private sector. We can say it is in a private sector. For example, I want to start a startup company, some A, company name is A. So there is some companies, for example, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, I have some companies. If I get authentication or authorization, I need to be affiliated to these are all any one of the company of them. Then only I got authentication. That is the one way. But the another way is to get authentication from government as well as central government. Nothing but government of Andhra Pradesh as well as central government of India. Right? So that rights will be getting from both state and central government. So when you're getting rights, then we can say this particular organization, this particular company is mine. That rights is known as intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights. Property means particular that organization is mine. How can you say? So you can say some criteria. So what it will be, we can see. So intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights is associated with intangible assets owned by a person or company and protected against use without consent. Sorry. Guys, see here. We can get IPR, nothing but intellectual property right, to a person or a company. Nothing but we can get IPR to an entrepreneur as well as the entrepreneurship also. Like here, we can get both the ways, right? And many of the people have some doubt, like what is the IPR only meant for organization? No, it's meant for both organization as well as the entrepreneur also, right? And it assets refers to the non-physical property, including rights, ownership, in intellectual property. So we take a look at what the types of IPRs. So just we are saying this company is mine. How can you say this company is mine? So we can say by the 4 ways, like this. First one is patents. Next one is trademarks. Next one, copyrights. Next one, trade secrets. Guys, these are very, very, very important things. So first one is the patents. The patents will only simply we can say in computer engineering, what is the first? Many of the people, so many of the people they say the C is the first programming language, and many of the people they said Fortran something. But originally the first programming language is Planck-Algol. Planck-Algol is the first and foremost programming language which is developed by Miss Adela Lazy. So Miss Adela Lazy, she is an European and she is the first computer programmer, and we can call it as mother of computers. So she only bring the technology called programming, right? So she is eligible for patent for programming. But we have C programming also. Who is the father of C programming? Dennis Rich and Ken Thompson. These two guys didn't get patents. The reason they didn't innovate anything because they use already innovated resource. But Adela Lazy, she innovate new thing. That is called patents. Patents is which is not be there in world. That's new thing created by you. That is called innovation. For that only the patents will be assigned, right? So we have 3 types of patents. One is a design patent, plant patent, utility patent. Design patent means, for example, if we have some innovation thing, for example, if we consider the first programming language is Planck-Algol. Keep aside the programming is concept is getting by Adela Lazy first in entire world. If you think consider as design, this is called design patent. Plant patent, example, nowadays they are doing breed plantation. So they will mix 2 or 3 breeds of plants. Obviously, the result will be completely different. If we innovate like that, we can file the patents. And next one is utility patents. Nothing devices, household items, so all this. Single change, so it gets innovation, guys. Just think. For example, this is the mobile, right? I want to make this inch. This is an innovation. As well as here, the 4 cameras here. I place one is here, one is here, one is here. That is an innovation. If you do like innovator, obviously you get the patents. Once the person get patents, it gets very, very, very high weightage to their profile, personal profile, especially. Right? That is called patents. And next one is trademark. So trademark is for words, colors, and especially for companies' logos or symbol. For example, so without I am getting trademark, it's not possible to use. For that logo also, we need to say this is mine. For that, we need to make that as a trademark, right? So logos and music. I think, for example, some songs, I think Balasubramanian Garu, they sing very, very more songs. So they are all becoming trademarks, as well as words, colors also. If you innovate a new color, that is also a trademark. But which is, guys, just remember, which is not the involved, right? Which is not be involved means which is not be created before. We should only create a new thing. Then only you get patent, trademark, or trade secrets also, right? So trademark example or company logo. So here the right corner, we can see how the trademark will be once your product or something. Like patents, like here, intellectual patented property, like this. So next one is copyright. So guys, many of the people, like especially students, when they are referring textbooks, obviously they see like corner C, just a C circle. That is called copyright, guys. So copyright is only meant for the write-up. Means, for example, I rated some textbook. The textbook is mine. How can you say the textbook is mine? When you get the copyright right, when you get the copyright IPR, then only we can say the textbook is yours. For that purpose, this copyright will be helpful. You can see, go through your libraries, just go through all the textbooks. Definitely must and should the copyright will be there. If it's not, that book is not correct, right? So 100%, and obviously the government will not release without any copyright textbooks outside, as well as the organizations also. Definitely they got any of these 4 rights: patents, trademarks, copyrights, and is trade secrets. These 4 will be there, or any one of is enough. Then only they release particular thing to outside, nothing but to the people. So next is the trade secrets. So trade secret means it's mostly helpful to the people, like transportation goods or something for timber depots. Obviously they need to transfer from source A location to source Z. So there is a very large distance between these 2 points. So for that purpose, they take one right, that is called trade secret. So trade secret will help increase the economic growth of a company or an organization. Nothing but getting balanced financially, simply we can say. So in transportation, it's very helpful, trade secret. So the properties, like the logo is like in right corner. So the trade secrets will be, we can do in business, financial sector, technical sector, economic, scientific, and engineering sector also. We are using trade secrets, right? In how will use the trade secrets means, it is, we can see in mechanical students and civil students. This thing obviously already I said na. So recently one startup get within 5 years it gets an organized like company. They get only trade secrets. They get only by the trade secrets only. So these are all things we need to go and apply to government. So how will we apply? Okay, still now we have some some like idea. Why should we go to IPR and these four, right? So now how we need to approach them and how we will communicate with government. I will say in a very short way. So if you want, you can write up. So guys, before going to that, we have the small difference between the trademark, copyright, as well as the patent. The trademark will only for brands, brand. Then copyright for others, right up. Already I said. Just remember, patents is only given for a person who has an innovation called inventor, right? And the patent is not investment person. Guys, just remember, the person who invests money, they didn't get patent, right? Inventor only, he get the patent. And next one, here we can see the examples, words, logos, slogans, colors, and here copyrights, art, photography, music, and come to patents. We have medical devices, technology, like new thing which is not be there. And guys, last point is very important. Please note down if you have a book and pen. The trademark, once if a product is getting, for that product, if you get the trademark, that is indefinite, nothing but in lifetime. Once you get the trademark to the particular product, it will be continued till the end of life. End of the life means not by us, that is the product life. Okay. And next one is the copyright. The copyright range is 70 to 170 years only. 70 to 170 years only the copyright will be accepted. Rest it will be collapsed. But come to patents is very important. So that's why I think you heard the words. If you're BTech student or the faculty who are pursuing PhDs, they completely focus on writing papers, research papers. They will research papers and write some papers, and they will publish by getting patents. So once on paper is getting patent is filed, once it's getting approved, it will be 15 years to 20 years only the scope of the particular patent, right? So guys, these are all three things we need to write. One is trademark lifetime is indefinitely, copyright is 70 to 170 years, and come to patent is 15 to 20 years, right? So guys, next one is how to apply patents, right? So before going to apply patents, you need to do one thing. That is, already I said, so first, if we have an innovation thing, so I'm giving a small outline to the people who are starting a startup. First, we have an innovation, nothing but you want to start a startup company. Innovation means you have to start a startup company. If it belongs to sector of software, for example, we have two ways. One is parent company. Parent company, nothing but large companies. And next one is government. So how all the private autonomous colleges will be affiliated to particular university. Likewise, here our startups also should be affiliated to parent companies. Right? So this way and this way. But there are some drawbacks between them. So guys, once if you go to parent company, for example, just assume I have a innovation. I want to start a startup company. I started a startup company. I want to affiliate it to some parent company, right? For example, we can say our innovation company is A and the parent company is A1, for example, right? The parent company says, when you get the parent company say to child company, what it is, if you get a profit, you need to give 30% from your profit. For what? Because I affiliated you, because your comes under me, right? So this will be happening in this way, like software companies for the parent companies. But come to the government field, we need to pay, I think around 10,000. I think so, 10,000. Yeah, I paid 10,000 for government ones. For government ones. So once if you pay 10,000, till lifelong we need not to pay anything, as well as there is no tax deduction also if you go in a government way. One thing, guys, you need to remember, if you go in a government way, we have two ways. One is society. Next one is non-society. Society, next one is the non-society. So society, non-society means, in simply we can say, non-society means it is a profitable, and it is non-profitable. So if we start a startup company with the society from government, you need to show that is a non-profitable. Then you I think you got a one question, what it is. So whom they will ask you, right? For every year, in every sector, like in this way or in this way, or every organization, they have one mechanism called auditing, right? SCA. Once if you're getting auditing, they will check everything. If it is society, it is a non-profitable. Maybe back end, if you take money or something, that is not up to you. But what is outside we are seeing, you should get the society as a non-profitable. Then only the government give the right green signal to you next year, renewal. As well as if the society is non-profitable, they will pay tax according to central government. Okay. But come to this mechanism, it's completely different mechanism. It completely depends on the parent company, how they need some percent. Right? So what I am suggesting you is, so first, and one thing, guys, one point I forgot here. If you want your company is to be a non-profitable, first it become non-society. First it become a society. Once if it is getting the society, then only we can go through non-society from society. Nothing but non-profitable from profitable. Nothing but, for example, I started a startup company in the year of 2019. For example, just saying. So 2019 to 2020, it's a society. If auditing and everything is okay, then they will charge extra 5,000 from us, and they will give non-society form. If they give non-society form, then we can say that is a profitable. So in government sector only, we can see the two versions. One is non-profitable and next one is a profitable. First thing is non-profitable. Once if it is everything is okay in auditing section, then only we get the profitable, right? So from that we can do our works. So what I'm giving a suggestion, guys, for the upcoming entrepreneurs, so you can go through with government sector, because it's get completed with very, very, very cheap. But come to this, I think it's too hard. That's not the matter whether you are going to parent company or government. What is the matter is what is your innovation? What is your product output? That is the matter, right? So guys, my company done 2 years. So for 1 year, it's getting society is completed. Now it is non-society, nothing but currently it's going in a profitable manner. So still I am also paying the tax also, obviously. So guys, here, how can you apply the patents? Once you get the registration, like I will show one form. So guys, I think here we can see this form. Government of Andhra Pradesh Registration Stamps Department. Like we get some name, like 124/2021. So CS means CSCODENZ. So whenever you get this certificate, then we are eligible to apply the patents. Based on that certificate, you can apply to patents. The first process is along with this particular registration certificate, they give one bylaws. In that bylaws, we need to mention all the rules, how your company will be, how the person will be. Like for example, if you the designation CEO, how he will be. CFO, what he do. Team leader, what he should. So likewise, along with the bylaws as well as the registration form. So these two will be getting with patents. So those two forms will be given to the patent master. They will cross-check evaluation. So then that will be granted to estimate generated. Estimate generated means, for example, I want to buy this mobile. Based on its features, I will estimate some amount at cost, right? Here also, what patent will be given to particular file or particular data. So already we discussed 4 types of patents: trademark or trade secret, copyright or register. So like this. So that is called estimate generation. So generated estimate. So next one is estimation is approved. Then there is a 50% of legal fee. Legal fee is common. 50%. 50% means, so how can you say that is a 50% is? So written estimate generated. In estimate generation, they will decide the cost also. How much cost will be for this end. So in that 50% we need to pay again as a legal fee for lawyers. Next for the court, we need to do. So next one is funds deposited in a client trust account. So next one, here we can see frame complete patent application draft. So guys, here the beauty of the patent process is this is the main step. Frame complete patent application draft. Why they will put your application in draft is, so here there is a 2 types of screening test. One is the evaluation. Next one is client approves drafts. Right. So when these 2 screening tests will be completed, then only the patents will get to be filed. Rest it's not be. So in patents process, in this stage only, it takes more time. Right. So guys, if you want to apply the patents, you can directly go through the particular website. So in this website, so this is the government of India. So here we can apply for the patents. They will give certificate like this. So if you want to apply the patents, just we can simply go through publications, IPR, laboratories, journals. So if you want to, I think it's I think well known to the people who are pursuing PhD, journals, or next IPR awareness. So these are all go through this IPR patents, guys. Then we can see all the patents. And one thing I want to share this also. This is only for the patents, how to get approval. And next one is go through India startup. Once your startup is getting completed, so you get authority from state government as well as the central government, right? So how we get the authority from state government is we can go through all the requirement documents to the register office where your company is located. For example, I want to place my company in Krishna district. I need to go Krishna district headquarters, register office, like this. Once if you go, you get the state government approval. Then based on that certificate, if you can apply to patents, but how will you get the central government authority? The central government authority is getting by this website, you know it is startupindia.government.in. So they will offer some incubation centers as well as innovation hubs also. Innovation hubs means, for example, if you have a good particular knowledge or you have a good idea, innovation, you can go through that innovation hub. If you say or propose to your innovation, obviously if it is okay, then they will give some land for your company, or they will give in way of financial for your company. So they will give like funding. So funding, seed funding, we can call this a seed funding. Seed funding means initial some investing on you for your particular domain. So here go through just a register. Next we can go login. But here you need, before, if you want to get the central government authority, you need to get authority from government. Then only it is possible, right? How can you get state government? Go through register office of particular district, right? Once state government authority is okay, then we can go through patents, that's fine. Or if we get the central government authority, then also you can go through patents. And then nothing but state government, central government, both are not mandatory. If it is state government, that is fine, you can go through patents. That's not a problem. But you need central government also. So if you complete the state government as well as the central government, then we go through patents. That's clear. But what the difference is, if we go through state government, it takes some time. But come to central government, it takes very less time, right? So yes, these are the achievements of my company. So this is the state government recognition certificate. And this is Skill India. They will offer some authority, like so and so person, he become like, and they will offer one entrepreneur card also to you. Entrepreneur card or founder card, we can call it as. So they are all our team members. These are all entrepreneurship, and I am the entrepreneur. So this is the difference between entrepreneur as well as the entrepreneurship. So in this entrepreneurship, each member we can call it as an entrepreneur. So we see before my name there is called ER. ER means entrepreneur. And some ways we can call it as engineering also. Engineer also. But we call it as IR. IR means entrepreneur. Entrepreneur means the particular person in an organization. So guys, I hope you get idea regards entrepreneurship and IPR patents. So finally, guys, I want to conclude to you people. So the people who want to start a startup company, they have to be best innovation. If you have an innovation, you can contact me. I have LinkedIn something. So if you contact me, I will give my support from my end to start a startup companies, right? So the government of India as well as the government of Andhra Pradesh will help you to develop your startup company in a physical way also. Nothing but they will offer some investment in way of financial as well as the place also, right? So guys, one thing I want to say you people, everything is possible in this uncompromising world. Let's put complete hopes on what you're doing, right? And one thing guys, and this is a lifetime slogan, please remember, satisfaction, nothing but the self-satisfaction is life is better than a successful life, because the self-satisfaction is life is only measured by your own soul, that is your heart and mind. But come to successful is measured by all the people who are around us. So just think what you need, successful life or satisfaction life, right? So I hope you are all becoming entrepreneurs in upcoming years. Yeah, thank you so much for college, and a special thanks to Kiran, head of the department of CSC as well as the vice principal of CAETC. Thank you so much for giving this valuable opportunity.